Hi, Modified Rabbit here, and I'm all right now, but um, I have gotten people asking me to do reviews on the E.L.F. Makeup haul that I have, that I got from last year's like very end of the year sales, because I ended up getting so much for such a little amount. I mean, E.L.F. is really affordable on its own without sales, but like when they have the sales, it's ridiculously cheap. So I got a whole bunch because my makeup, honestly, I only have a few things that are really nice, and like my eyeshadows is one of the best things that I've got. So I was in search of something that was kind of affordable because starving artist, type thing, and I needed better stuff. So yeah, I'll be trying this stuff out, and I'm gonna do a separate makeup video of actually doing the makeup and whatnot, and print which pieces in the edit I'm using during the video, and then I'll come back and let you guys know how all of it is, and do an actual full proper review, which will probably be long, which is why I'm not going to attach the actual makeup, like doing the makeup to this, so I'm going to put it separate. So, yeah, I will see you all when I get back from that. And we're back. So I did kind of minimal stuff for this, so I did kind of basics and whatnot. Um, so, first of all, not everything was great, but a good chunk of it is, especially the stuff that I need, which is mostly, any sort of facial coverage type stuff. Um, there's some things that I really, really liked, and then some things that I was kind of disappointed in, or may have gotten a bad batch of, which I think happened with one item. But I may be able to talk to them and get a replacement or something, because yeah, they're usually pretty good with, actually they're usually really good with customer service. So, and if you watched, before watching this, if you watched the makeup video, you'll notice that my lips are not shiny, sparkly, whatever anymore. um, that's one of the questions somebody asked me to talk about when I tried the makeup, which is the lip stuff. Now, what I have on is just the black, and it's great, um, nothing, whatever, and I can eat with it and everything, and it's only been like 30 minutes, and I can, put my mouth around that, and nothing comes off, and, you know, um, but the Blue Onyx, which is a prismatic gloss, and it's a gloss, so it doesn't dry. So sorry about my dog. It doesn't really dry like the actual liquid lip is supposed to, and stay. So I wasn't able to. I was like, oh, well, I won't be able to test out the liquid lip and see if it stays after a little while if I have this over it and this isn't drying, because this comes right off pretty much on whatever I'm eating or drinking, but it's really pretty, so it's great for shoots or something. So, and it's like a blue, very dark blue-black shimmer. So it's really cool. Like it's sticks with the prismatic. But I guess we will start with what I started with, I suppose. So you didn't see me use this, but I've had this for a while now, which is their Eye Refresh, and I actually really like it. I don't know if it actually does anything much for me, but it makes it makes my under eyes feel really nice. Like, I'll put it on a little while before anything else, and it just your under eyes feel refreshed, like it feels nice. It's not sticky or anything, it's not too watery, it's perfect. I like it. It makes it feel better and makes my skin not feel so dry. The next thing I did use was the plumper and primer. I've read reviews on some, like the plumper doesn't work for other people and stuff like that. It does for me. Like, it works, at least a little bit, and you can really feel it. It's like a pepperminty type thing, so that's probably what does it. The primer, I'm not sure if that works because, you know, their liquid lip stays all on its own anyways, so I don't know if you really need the primer. So I'm not sure if that's a, you know, thing that you just want to have or not. I this right here is the second thing I used, and it's their eye primer. It's also has an eyeliner sealer. I don't really use that because it's like really thin, and I usually have way thicker eyeliner, and it's just it take too long. And eyeliner usually stays pretty good anyway, no matter what I'm using. But the primer I did use, I usually, and it works pretty good. I usually use my concrete minerals because I'm pretty keen on anything with the eye stuff, like shadows and primer. I'm usually super keen on concrete minerals. Like I love concrete minerals. But this works pretty good too. And like I said, their stuff is really, E.L.F stuff is really affordable. So for what it is so far, everything's been working pretty decent. Let's see. The mascara primer. I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to put that on before or after, but I put it on before because most primers that I use you do before. So yeah, and it's transparent. It didn't, I first used it, you could see in the video, it kind of clumped to one of my eyelashes. It wasn't really, it was kind of white or whatever, but I think that was just like because of the start of it, had a little bit on the end or whatever. But the rest of it did come out really translucent or whatever. The next thing would be the lip lock pen. I have these little sticky notes because, you know, I'm not a makeup artist and I don't always know what I need to be using and how. But it's the lip lock pen, and, you know, it's a little clear thing, and you're supposed to, you know, put it around the outside, and it's supposed to keep your lip color from bleeding out. And I mean, with liquid lip, I have never really had an issue with bleeding, no matter what kind of liquid lip I've used. I don't know, you know, I've even gotten some from eBay for like $1 and used those and haven't had any bleeding issues. But I don't know if it's supposed to do anything other than stop the bleeding. If it is, then it didn't, because in the video you can see I kind of whoopsed on the side over there, and it did not keep that from going on. But I have not had any bleeding around, so, you know, it probably works for what that's supposed to. The next thing I used was like the eye widener, like that. It's an eyeliner pencil and it's white, and I don't usually use that kind of thing because, you know, black, you know, but I will for photo shoots in the future. I don't really usually care for the pencils that you have to sharpen because they're really hard for me to get to go around your waterline. They just don't want to work. No matter what brand I've tried so far, it just doesn't want to work for me. So that was kind of similar with this. It does work a little better when you're actually on your skin around your eye line, but that's about it. For eyeshadow, I did use my concrete minerals. I do not have any eyeshadow from E.L.F because, again, concrete minerals is the one that I am super keen on, and I'm not looking to replace them, but I also, you know, had spent money on everything else that I actually needed, and I didn't need eyeshadow right then. I mean, I might try it in the future if I can, you know, get it on super cheap on a sale just to try it and, you know, let everybody know how it is, but I didn't need it. Another thing that I used was one of their smudge pots, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what a smudge pot is. So I just kind of winged it and used it for what it looked like, and which it looks like the shimmer stuff that you're supposed to use in the little, you know, corners of your eyes, which I didn't have a brush for on me, and I didn't really want to go look for one. So I just used my fingers, and it's beautiful. Like, I can use it for any sort of really sparkly highlight, and it's just, there's so much in there. I got this forever ago, too. I didn't even get this in the sales. Like, I got this a while back, just because, you know, it's like, you know, it was super cheap. I think it was at the Dollar Tree, which some of their stuff is sometimes. So it's, you know, even cheaper than what you can normally get it. but it's gorgeous, and you can see like it works. There's a little bit on my nose right there, and it's really nice, and I just barely used any. So I really like it. And I didn't think I would either, because, you know, it's black stuff, you know, and I could see myself using that definitely for shoots, but even for some other looks or whatever. The other thing that I got that I was using for my eyes is the under eye setting powder, and I don't know. I'm not really sure on it. Again, like, I don't usually have an issue with a lot of the eye stuff that I use, like shadows and whatnot. Um, I it isn't really coming off or smudging, so I mean, I guess that it works for what it's supposed to, so that's good. Okay, next thing is the lengthening and defining mascara. This is the one that I had the problem with, because I think I got a bad one. Because it comes out like it's thick. Like, it is awful. Like, I can't even get it off the brush onto here. Like, you could see in the video, and just there was nothing, because I was going to use this one on this eye and then the other one on the other eye and see, you know, the difference and stuff, and there's just nothing coming out of here. But the volumizing and defining mascara is what I used. I don't know about the volumizing, defining, definitely. And this one was so much better. I actually like the brushes on this one too, because it's not able to clump and stick to them like that. So that works out much better. So I liked this one much better. So that one's one I'll probably be using. I have two of these. One of them I had actually bought, one I had gotten for free, and one's an apricot beige and one's a spotlight. And I believe the spotlight's a little bit lighter, and, you know, so I used that, and oh my god, it smells good. It's very light, so that was really nice, and it, you know, covered things okay. You know, it did a pretty good job. I had also used the concealer. I have a corrective yellow, and I should probably have a different one, but I had, again, found that really cheap. That wasn't one that I got on the sales. So, next I used the mattifying oil-free cream foundation, and it's okay. It does feel, it still feel a little oily on my skin, but my skin always feels dry / oily. It's a horrible combination. Like, it feels oily all the time, my skin does, but it's also dry and flaky, so it's really horrible. But it worked for, you know, covering everything really well. And the next thing I used was their actual, like, powder type foundation, or, you know, like their powder, and I really liked this. It actually, you know, covered up really well, and it was a nice color, matched my skin pretty good. So that one was really nice. I liked that one a lot. The other things I used was a cream contour palette, which I probably should have used. That'd probably be good to use just with the cream foundation. I also have a illuminating face palette, which is kind of like a powder version of a contour, except for with mine I have really light colors. Like, I didn't have the dark ones for the contour palette. I would really like the contour palette in a powder with those colors. That would probably be really awesome, because with the powder colors I have, I can hardly get any contour going. But I'm not really good with contouring. I usually use black for contouring, because, again, you know, gothic stuff. But yeah, I also tried to use a little bit for the bronzer down here, but just like, and around, that's just not my style of makeup. But, you know, it works okay. You know, you gotta get a good bit on there for their powder stuff to kind of work. The next thing, the only other thing that I didn't really care for was this baked highlighter. It's really hard. Like, I don't know if I'm not using it right or what, if maybe I'm supposed to use one of those little sponge tip little applicator things like you would for your eyes or whatever, but with a brush, it was not going. so I'm not sure really how that looks because I didn't really get a lot off here. On the other hand, this shimmer is really awesome, and it didn't take much, and it's like, it's nice. I love it. So that's great. And let's see, we got one of the other things I used was this HD powder. I love it. It's awesome. Like, it just smoothed out stuff. I mean, it's not perfect because my pores are huge right around here, and I still have not ever found anything that can just close that up, like, completely. But it just smooths everything out really well. Like, I usually have so many wrinkles up here because I'm old and I scowl a lot, so, you know, but there's like, you know, and usually when I have my makeup on, especially my white or whatever, you can see it sometimes, and that's not with this, you know, this fine. And so I really love it. Another thing that I used after that was a Prime and Stay finishing powder, and as far as I know, it's working because I've had this on for a good couple hours. You know, I can actually touch my face and not have makeup come off, which I also used their mist and set as well. So, but I can touch my face, and that's not usually a thing because I used to have like even mega cheaper makeup that I just, because I couldn't afford anything good, and E.L.F just, not only did I have it cheap, but I got it on the sales, and that was mega cheap. So I spent like, you know, $60 to $80 on like $160 worth of makeup, you know, and it's great. So that, but yeah, that and the makeup mist and set is really great. The next thing is like around the eyes, this eyeliner. This is great. I love this. Like, it's so big and I can, you know, keep track of it really well. And it's not so tiny that, you know, my shaky ass hands are not going to ruin that. And it's just a nice tip off. Like, as you can see, like, it just, you know, it's great. So this works really great. I really like that. Next thing, I'm not great with eyeliner or eyebrow stuff, but this is a lift and fill type thing. So what I assumed was that, you know, the lift, because you put it underneath to help with the color, which I didn't really care for because, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway because I usually use stuff up that high. And then the fill, it actually matches my hair color pretty well, like fairly well. It's a little light, but when there's not a whole bunch of light shining on me, it actually matches pretty good. I usually use black anyways though, so yeah, this would probably be reserved for something, you know, for a shoot if I do more normal looking makeup. The next thing would be the Shape and Stay wax pencil, and that's supposed to, you know, help make your brows stick, you know, stay down and whatnot. And this is a blonde, but it's kind of dark looking, but I couldn't tell if it actually is dark because, again, I had the brown already on there, but it does help stick down your eyebrows a lot. But the eyebrow pencil already does that pretty good, so I don't know if you really need this unless you have mega bushy brows, and mine, I pluck mine constantly, and they're very thin because that's how I like them, so I don't really have that issue. So, I mean, this wouldn't be something that I'll use a lot. Maybe actually on my everyday use without makeup. Pardon me. Maybe on my everyday use without makeup, I could actually use this because if it is blonde, kind of like a blonde color, I can just use it just to stick my brows down so they aren't all over the place and I don't feel stupid. Because sometimes my brows are like, if I'm not paying attention, you know. So that actually might be good for just regular everyday stuff. So yeah. And then we come to the color, you know, lip colors, which I already kind of discussed at the beginning because of, you know. So this, I absolutely love the Blue Onyx, the prismatic look that it has, and as a gloss, knowing that it is a gloss. It's not, you know, a lip stain or a, you know, actual lipstick, like a liquid lip. Knowing that it's a gloss, it's beautiful. I love it. And, you know, you can see this is one layer of the black matte liquid lip, and it's like a liquid lipstick. It is huge for like $5, and on sales you can, you know, get free shipping or, you know, spend less, but this thing is huge, and it's, you know, 30 minutes. There's, let me see how hard I can rub this. Yeah, there's just little tiny particle specks that you can't even see. Like, it's nice. It's pretty nice. For like $5 or less, that's great. I really love it, and I had suggested that they do black and darker colors for alternative people near the end of last year, and boom, this year they're like, boo, black for you, and then some nice, you know, gloss or whatever. But it's really great because I was looking for something to replace Tattoo Junkie because I don't like their customer service. I hate it. And E.L.F's customer service is freaking amazing, and that's really important to me personally. Like, more than cost or the effectiveness of their product. Yeah, their product needs to be effective, obviously, but if it's going to be, you know, just slightly less whatever, like what E.L.F's is, it's just barely under Tattoo Junkie's liquid lip. Um, if it's going to be just that, but their customer service is amazing, I'm going to E.L.F hands down. You know, like, I don't like Tattoo Junkie with their customer service. Their liquid lips are nice. I'm not going to toss them away. I'm going to use them, but I'm not going to buy from them anymore. Plus, this is cheaper than Tattoo Junkie. So, and it's bigger. You know, that's bigger. So, and it works. You know, it works. And I don't know about for swimming or whatever waterproofy type stuff, but it works just fine. And that's great. And then, you know, I'm going to re-put this on for anybody that didn't watch the video for the shimmer. Oh, I'll talk about that later. So, it, super shiny. That's over the black, though, so that's not on its own. And so it does give it, like, a slight blue hue. But it's super shiny and sparkly, so it's really pretty. One thing I really absolutely adored about this liquid lip, let me clean it off a little bit so that you can see a little better. Look at this applicator, and it is just awesome. Like, I know it recommends starting from the middle and working your way out, but I do the opposite because I like making sure I'm super precise on here. And the shape of this lets me be super precise and then press down on the back end so that it covers more on the way that way. And it is, I love the applicator shape. It is super helpful to get like super accurate. And again, my hands are super shaky a lot. I need a lot of sugar. I like need a lot of sugar. If I don't have enough sugar for the day, my hands get all shaky. But yeah, I love it. So a few of the things that I did not try in the video, obviously, is because I was putting on makeup and not taking off. Which I probably should have used one of them before putting on the makeup, the exfoliator, like the scrub, the lip scrub. But you know, I can still use it after to actually, you know, make sure my lips are super clean. But there I have the brush cleaner, which I will be using here in a minute on the brushes that I used and ones that I've been using for forever and just have not cleaned because I use the same stuff on it and I don't really care that much. So we'll see how well that brush cleaner like works, and it's just the daily one. I don't think I got the shampoo one that you use as well. This what's this? Oh, I have an eye makeup remover balm, and then I have like a lip color remover, and then the exfoliator and the brush cleaner. So I guess let me get this the gloss off because yeah. And push really hard. The gloss also kind of, when you take the gloss off, it kind of strips the lip color underneath too. So you kind of have to be careful with that if you're planning to use the gloss and you still want the lip color underneath. If you plan to take the gloss off later sometime because you don't like it, bring the lip color with you. Because while the lip color sticks on its own and stuff, that gloss will just strip it right off because it wets it down. So I guess we will use the lip thing first, and squeeze a small amount onto the finger and apply evenly all over lips. Gotta leave it for 30 seconds and then remove with a cotton pad. I'm gonna remove it with this because, yeah. I'm sure the cotton pad is just to be nicer to your lips and I'm not nice, so just a little bit. see how that does. Gotta leave that for 30 seconds. While I'm doing that, I'm going to check out the eye makeup remover piece, and what I'm needing to do for that. On dry skin, I gotta do the balm over the lids and the lashes, massage with fingertips. Okay, I might do that here in a little while. That sounds like something that I'm supposed to use like after I use an actual remover, because I can see that being really smeary. Okay, so it does take off the black. Wow, that if you've already used something to remove some of, I didn't get it in the corner, sorry. If you already used something to get rid of some of it, like with this bottom right here, it is definitely this lip remover stuff. Like, it's definitely great for just like a end cleanup type thing to, like, you know, make sure you get it all off. I'm gonna try and corners over here because I didn't get them. I'm probably gonna wipe off some of the makeup around my mouth, but I don't really care because I just did it for these, so it's not like I'm going anywhere. I'm going to, while I'm letting that sit, I'm going to be right back. I'm gonna do a basic removal for eye stuff, and then I'm gonna leave just a little bit in there so I can see how well this balm works. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I decided just to, you know, put some on my fingers and see if that actually did. And that actually does, like, immediately start removing this. So we're gonna go like that, all underneath, and then I'm not really gonna massage it because, you know, I don't like the feel of that kind of stuff on my fingers. Well, I guess I'm gonna massage it a little bit like it says. You gotta use it like it says, you know. Well, it does pretty good on a actual remove, but I still think it's for a cleanup type. But it still does really good with removing eye stuff, so I suppose you could use it either way. So there's that. Let's see, get the rest of this. Yeah, there we go. The black liquid lip really wants to try and stay. But that stuff works pretty darn good for what it is and how much it is. I approve, because I constantly have issue finding stuff that can actually remove everything properly. So I think what I would do is use my makeup remover wipes first, and since they can never seem to get all of the eye makeup off that I use, which usually I clump it on pretty good to get it really dark and like extra super dark. Ugh, I'm not used to mascara, so I get that my eyeballs. Wow, that mascara really sticks on. That primer works real good. So yeah, I definitely like both of the lip and the eye makeup remover stuff. So I have two different lip exfoliators. I have a Mint Maniac, and then I have like a brown sugar that I had gotten for free. And oh man, I really love this brown sugar, the one that they sent for free. And because sometimes you spend like $25 or more, and they give you like a whole bunch of different stuff for free. I got that like 2 times, and this is one of the things I've gotten, and I love this. This is like, you know, like metal or something, I don't know, but it's really nice. And then the little one that I'd actually bought, which I think it may have been, you know, a different version, yeah, it's plastic, but yeah, the lip exfoliator. My battery might die, so I'll have to put another one in if it does. Let's try it. Oh, it does smell minty. Oh, yeah, scratchy. I definitely need it because my lips are really dry, and flaky, especially after makeup. Oh man. Okay. It's nice and scratchy. It feels nifty, but the smell, it's not a chemical smell. It's black licorice smell, even though it's minty. I don't like black licorice. Let me see. Oh yeah, this one's better. The brown sugar, definitely much better. I recommend that one if you don't like black licorice smell. If you do, then gross, and you can have at it. And I recommend the mint one, but okay. I'm just going to wipe that off. It tastes okay. Okay. Last but not least is the brush cleaner, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I have never cleaned my brushes because I have so many different brushes and I just get so lazy, and yeah, so let me see how we're supposed to use this. After using your brush, spray cleaner several times over the brush bristles, gently wipe onto a clean cloth to remove makeup. Okay then, paper towels, because I don't have a cloth on me and my battery is starting to run low, so this was one of the brushes I used. So spray it on the brush itself a few times. Oh wow, a lot of that comes out. Okay, I sprayed it a good few times. And that definitely takes the makeup off of it. I don't know, you probably can't see the makeup because, you know, oh wait, yes you can, there's a little bit there. That definitely cleaned the brush, so, I mean, it cleans it after the one use. Now, let's try, I've been using this for forever, and on, like, the black contouring stuff that I do. There, I used a couple more sprays. This stuff is really soft feeling. And it's coming off. Oh, please all of it come off, that would be nice, but I feel like the brush is stained, so, but holy crap, this is like removing a lot of it at least, so, and it smells like it's going to probably condition the bristles. Wow, this is removing a lot of it. You have to keep, and so far that's what we have, and I believe the bristles were already slightly tinted at the ends when I got the brush, but not that tinted, so it doesn't, if you've been using a makeup brush for a super long time like I have and have never cleaned it, it works for getting a good chunk of it off and nicely, you know, making the bristles a little bit refreshed and smooth and stuff. Anywho, battery dead. Yeah, it makes the bristles look pretty nice. It cleans most of it off. So this daily brush cleaner definitely works really well, but I definitely use it, like, if you plan on keeping your brushes clean and actually using this stuff, I definitely not use your brushes as much as I have without cleaning them and then expect it to just clean everything off, but it got a lot of it off. Like, that is nice right there. I'm probably going to be using this on all of my brushes, especially the ones like this one. Look at that. Oh yeah. So I'll probably be doing that, but I'm not going to do it on video because I already, you know, showed enough of what it does to, you know, that's just being repetitive. So overall, I love my whole E.L.F haul, especially because of how cheap all of it was from all the sales. My least favorite items, this obviously, because I don't really care for these in general, no matter what brand I get. You know, little actual pencil liners, and the white is just, I don't really care for white in general for it, but it doesn't really work super great on your waterline at all. But that's kind of, again, with all pencils. So this was my least favorite item, but that's because I probably got a bad batch. So again, I'm going to contact them and hopefully I can get a different one, because yeah, so that wasn't great. And then my and then this baked powder. Because either I'm not using it right, or it's just not, it's too hard, like, and I'm afraid to push on it because it honestly feels hollow in there. So I'm just not keen on the baked highlighter. Favorite items, hands down this, obviously, because I've been looking for a nice cheap liquid lip that works for a long time other than Tattoo Junkie. And the fact that E.L.F made one, and took the time to actually take feedback that they should make some stuff like this, I'm going to be recommending it to any of my alternative friends that like black liquid lip, and especially if they can't afford super pricey things, because this is really nice. It's huge, it's super cheap, and yeah, I love it. So that's definitely hands down my favorite item. Um, Another one that I really liked was the HD powder. I did like the Blue Onyx gloss, but again, it's gloss, and it makes the liquid lip kind of right off. So if you try and wipe it, so that's kind of a thing that just kind of happens. But yeah, the HD powder was definitely my next favorite, and then my last favorite was the Smudge Pot, because even though I'm probably not going to use it super often, it's freaking gorgeous, and it works really well for just a tiny bit, and there's a lot in there, so it's awesome. So overall, I absolutely love everything, almost everything, and so having like 3 items that I don't really care for, like 1 item that I got a bad batch of, out of all of the stuff that I got, is great. Like, for how much I paid for all this stuff, like, this is like a full look pretty much, other than the eyeshadow. Like, I didn't really get eyeshadow, which I could have. Honestly, I accidentally got a second cream contour palette on accident. I don't remember clicking it twice, but I think I probably did, because I was shopping a lot with those sales really late, so I could have gotten some eyeshadow instead of one of those cream contours, or maybe a couple eyeshadow things for that, so that I could have, so either way, when they're having their big sales and stuff, especially, you know, like free shipping, I love that, but like, you get free shipping if you spend so much anyways, and the fact that they'll send you usually like big, like 3 or 4 items for free, like they're usually running a deal where they're doing that. The fact that they do that, you can get like a full look for yourself, like the full makeup stuff, you know, and some cleanup items, and a little bit of care items for, like, you know, I got all my stuff for anywhere from like 60 to 80, because I think I made a couple orders, so I can't remember how much everything was, but normally it's like around like $120, $160 for all that stuff, and it's like I got it super cheap plus free shipping, you know, plus some free items, you know, so it's like that's really great. So I really I'm I'm not disappointed. I was like, I was kind of scared, because I was like, please don't let me be disappointed in E.L.F stuff, because I have been so hyped about them, and letting everybody know that for a little while now, and I am so happy that I am not let down, because that would have sucked. I've just been pushing them so much, and just support, like, just being like, yeah, I love E.L.F so much, and then have it be a letdown with most of their stuff. And honestly, like, only 1 item was a complete letdown, and that was because I really think I got one from a bad batch. So otherwise, everything else was either I'm, you know, just not my thing, because I like gothic makeup and stuff like that, or, you know, just, yeah. So there's a lot here that I absolutely love, and well, this is another thing I did like, was the eyeliner. I like that a lot. So most of the time I use those little screw up eyeliners that are kind of gel-ish like, and you know, it's nice and all, but that is way smoother. So yeah, I'm not going to shut up about all this stuff, so I need to like stop the video before it ends up being forever long. It's already forever long, but it was a big haul. So I really love their stuff, and I hope to actually get a few more of their items. I'd love to try their skincare stuff, because I've been through so much skincare stuff trying for my type of skin, and it's so hard to find anything that works, and I've actually through E.L.F. have now found makeup for my skin that actually works and doesn't look dry, gross, and flaky when I'm done. Like a lot of makeup I've tried has done. And it's just, I love it. And it's light. Like, I barely notice that it is on my face. It doesn't feel greasy like my face usually does with any sort of makeup on it whatsoever. And it's great. I am super happy right now. And so I'm hoping to maybe try some of their skincare stuff and maybe it'll work. I'm also, I don't know, I just in general want to try everything, you know, like I just want to try a lot of their stuff because it's just this has made me so happy. So I can't say it enough, and I'm just going to keep saying it, and it's just going to ramble on in the video some more because I ramble, especially when I'm excited and stuff. So I'm just going to, I'm going to stop now. But yeah, for my birthday is coming up soon. I have a post about it. You can always message me if you want to know about it. Like, you know, hey, are you going to do a giveaway for your birthday? I will announce that if I am, and I'll announce it a few weeks before my birthday if I am. I can't decide, honestly. I probably will do some sort of giveaway, whether it be artwork or something else, whatever. Maybe I'll give that extra contour thing away because it's, you know, extra, and I can't see me using mine all up anytime soon because they give you a lot for what you're buying. You get a lot of the makeups, but I might give that away or something, or a unicorn brush set because I have a second. Actually, I have two more sets. One of them's the purple and whatnot, and I really like my black and red sets, even though I like the idea of having a second one that's completely clean and unused just because. So I might, you know, I might do something like that. But I also, you know, have little lists and things of birthday present type stuff if anybody is interested. I've had a few people ask what I want for my birthday, and I can usually never be like, I want this type thing. Because most of the stuff I really want is stuff I'm going to need to be getting myself because that's kind of expensive or they go together with other things. But there are stores that I periodically will splurge little, you know, $1 to $5 here and there, or a store that, you know, Blick, I get my actual supplies for work from, you know, or the, you know, the little ones is, you know, like the TCG player, which is Magic, you know, cards and stuff. You can do gift cards for any of those stores, and for the Magic cards, $1 will get me a few cards that I want. So, you know, birthday. But yeah, my birthday's on the 18th of March, so it's coming up soon. I'm gonna be 31. I'm getting old. But yeah, I guess I should end this video. It's already long enough, and it's been a while, and I'm sorry, and I do plan a lot of stuff for the future, and maybe I'll do a video on all that stuff that I have planned for the future and whatnot, so I don't make this one any longer than it already is, because I'm still doing it, I'm rambling.